It was clever to have the cameraman be the 7th character, and I thought the scene where the other 6 looked into the camera at the same time had a lot of impact, but still. The rope didn't figure into your new conclusion in any way!
Well, yeah, but what makes you think the rope was even part of the setup?
It had to be! Hongo insisted they find a rope that could hold a person's full weight! Why would she do that if it wasn't a part of her plan? I'm sorry, I guess I could be mistaken about that part. Anyway, I thought your idea turned out to be really entertaining, and the end caught everyone totally by surprise. I just thought it didn't fit with the rest of the film, if you want my honest opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I'd better get going to Manga Club. See you tomorrow, Oriki.
How could I have forgotten about the rope? Did I ignore it? Well, not intentionally. Did I twist the narrative to make it fit Kaito better?
Hotaro! Hotaro, hey, wait up! Hotaro! Whoa, are you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing. What's going on?
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about something. Where's Mayaka?
She had to go to Manga Club.
Good, I'm actually glad it's just us. Did Chitanda have to leave too?
Yeah, she did. Why? Do you not want them to overhear what you need to discuss with me?
It's nothing major, but I would prefer to talk about it with you in private.
Right, so what's up?
It's about the film's ending. Was the plot twist part of Hongo's plan? Or did you come up with all of that on your own?
It was Hongo's idea.
Okay. I would be lying to you if I said I believed the ending was Hongo's idea. I don't know what she intended to write, but I am positive that wasn't it.
Are you basing that on something specific?
Yeah.
How could I have missed an inconsistency so glaring that 2 people picked up on it?
There's no inconsistency. I really thought it was fantastic, but it wasn't keeping in line with the story she wanted to tell.
Meaning what?
Have you ever heard of the term narrative trick?
Isn't that a way of fooling the reader with clever storytelling?
That's right. The surprise twist of the murderer being the cameraman in this film is a perfect example.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Do you remember our conversation about the books Hongo used to study the mystery genre in preparation for writing this script?
Sherlock Holmes, right?
Exactly. She didn't read anything other than Sherlock Holmes. That's telling, and here's why. Doyle didn't use narrative tricks in the Sherlock Holmes novels. Except for a handful of cases, narrative tricks weren't in use until Agatha Christie's era, which wasn't until the mid-1920s at the earliest. Now, I don't know Hongo at all, but I find it hard to believe she'd be on par with Agatha Christie. Personally, the movie turned out to be right up my alley. And if it was all your idea, I promise not to say anything. But if you're trying to pass it off as Hongo's work, I have to tell you that you're wrong.
Hold on a second. We don't have some comprehensive list of everything she's read. Maybe she learned to use narrative tricks by reading about them in some other book. Hell, maybe she even saw one used in a movie.
Hotaro, is that what you actually believe? If it is, and you feel like you made the right call, then I'll let this go. That's all I wanted to talk to you about. I gotta go. I'll see you around.
Hey, what's wrong? I thought you would have already gone home by now.
Listen, Oriki. There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, great. You too? This is about Class 2F's movie, isn't it?
Yes.
So you didn't like it?
No, it's not that at all.
You can be honest. Satoshi and Ibara already talked to me about it. They said they knew it wasn't what Hongo intended. And, well, I'm beginning to think you guys are right.
I don't think it was what she wanted.
And what makes you say that specifically?
It's still pretty early, huh? Do you want to take a walk with me down by the river? So, Oriki, do you know what it was that made me so curious about all of this in the first place?
How I was gonna tie up all the loose ends and wrap the movie, right? That's why you came to watch it.
No, I didn't really have any interest in how the movie was going to end, to be perfectly honest. That's why I told you that the idea you came up with was such a brilliant one.
Then what were you so curious about?
Well, I was actually more interested in Hongo as a person, you know? I thought the whole script thing was really bizarre from the beginning. Why didn't Irisu talk to someone who was close to Hongo? Aba knows Hongo really well, so she could have helped Irisu figure out how Hongo wanted the movie to end, and it would have been a lot easier.
And Hongo still would have been able to rest, you mean? If you've got something in mind, you should say it.
I think Hongo had a clear vision of her script from the beginning right up to the very end. Even if she had gotten sick in the middle of things, they could have asked her about it. And if she was too frail to handle that, I would think Aba would have gotten so mad at the class she wouldn't have participated. She would have been furious. And she probably wouldn't have escorted us to the detectives.
You're right.
Did Hongo really not tell anyone else in the class how the rest of her film played out?
Are you implying that Hongo still wanted to write the rest of the script herself?
No, from the way Aba described her, I get the impression Hongo's too meek to insist on it. I don't think that kind of girl would have the gall to keep her classmates waiting around.
Well, maybe she didn't have confidence in her conclusion.
That's an option I've considered as well. But the other kids in the class seem like nice people. I don't think they would be disrespectful of her idea or insult her or anything.
Nice people, huh?
If the ending you wrote is the one she came up with, I'm sure she would have had enough confidence in it to share it with the others. It was that great of an idea. But I don't think she came up with something that good, so she kept quiet. And if all that's true, what was it that pushed her to the point of not finishing it? That's what I have to find out. I believe that all of her regrets, how she really felt about not being able to finish what she started, all those screams of frustration were hidden in the script. The version that we ended up with didn't have any of her real feelings left in it. So if it seems to you like I didn't enjoy the movie, well, that's the only reason why.
While I was busy trying to figure out the puzzle of the film, Chitanda was actually concerned about Hongo. What does that say about me? I saw the script as a literary problem and forgot about the human side of things. The theater setting, the cast of characters, the gruesome murder, the setup.
The killer lurks among you all undetected.
I never even considered that Hongo could have written her feelings into the script as some hidden code. Pathetic. Some detective I am.
I'm not saying that you did anything wrong at all, Oreki. The last scene was really quite a shock to everyone. It may not have been what Hongo originally intended, but at the end of the day, it was a great ending.
I wasn't asked to come on board as a screenwriter. I did a great job if my assignment was to screw things up. But where did I go wrong? I can't wrap my brain around it. No lucky flashes of insight. Who cares anyway? They already wrapped the film. No matter how hard I think about it, it won't change anything. Dwelling on it now is just a waste of time and precious energy. Damn it! Maybe I'll read a book to take my mind off of it. A tarot book? I didn't know Sis was into this stuff. Let's see. The Empress. Maternal affection, a fertile mind, sensitivity. From what I've seen, that doesn't seem like Irisu at all. So, Ibara was justice. Equality, righteousness, fairness. Yeah, that's not too far off. Satoshi was the magician. Initiative, originality, and interest, huh? Interesting indeed. And Chitanda was the fool. curiosity, impulse to action. Sounds about right. Okay, my turn. Inner fortitude, fighting spirit, bonds. What the heck? That doesn't sound like me at all. Why would Satoshi pick this for me? Strength is represented by a picture of a ferocious lion being controlled by a kind woman. What? No way, I am not controlled by women in any way. Not my sister, Chitanda, Irisu, or any of the rest of them. I don't know, maybe I am strength. It's pretty fascinating. Is he using the tarot to hint at some kind of judgment he has of me? That would be just like Satoshi. It's not like he could change my point of view. Change my point of view?
Hey there. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, hi.
The class film turned out quite well, don't you think? We couldn't have done it without you, so thanks. Listen, there's a lunch party this Saturday. Do you think you can come? We'd all love to see you there.
I'm not coming. Irisu, look. I'd like to discuss something.
One Yunnan tea for the gentleman. One green tea for the lady. Please enjoy.
So what did you want to discuss?
Do you remember the last time we were here when you said that I was gifted, a true genius?
Of course I do.
Just what did you mean by that?
It's ironic that you don't know. I was talking about
You're lying to me. I wasn't your detective. I was your mystery writer. Wasn't that your plan all along?
What gave my plot away?
Sherlock Holmes did. Do you care if I spoil some of his stories for you?
No, I don't mind at all.
I found some notes tucked into the novels that Hongo read to prepare. I copied a few of them down for you. At first glance, I assumed she had just written them down as ideas she might use in her script. But unfortunately, I was mistaken. From what Satoshi told me, the Red-Haired League and the Three Garadebs have pretty much the same plot line. So why did she mark the Red-Haired League with a triangle but the Three Garadebs with a double circle? I talked it over with Satoshi and realized that the stories with double circles are the ones in which the characters survive, and the ones marked with an X, they die. Here's my hypothesis. Hongo wasn't thinking about the plot lines when she marked them. She preferred happy endings to tragedies, that's all. She just couldn't stomach it when people died. Once I thought of it in those terms, several puzzles suddenly made sense to me. First, the small amount of blood used. Second, the unexpected outcome of the questionnaire.
What are you talking about? How were you able to get your hands on this?
All I had to do was ask if I could borrow it. So as far as the answers are concerned, staging 100 murders in the film would be impossible. Because there are only about 30 kids in the class, but some joker still voted for it. So what about this other single vote here?
A lone vote for having 0 murders in the film.
And that was how Hongo cast her vote, wasn't it? She didn't want anyone to have to die in the script she wrote at all.
Quite impressive.
However, her impulsive classmates decided to improvise the violence. I heard that Hongo didn't even come to the shoot. The strangest part is that the script never says that Kaito dies from his injury, but in the film he does.
Yes, that's correct. And that arm was remarkably well made.
Ibara mentioned that too. But Kaito died any way you slice it, no pun intended. From here out, my statements are conjecture. I have no hard evidence. Regardless, I have no choice but to say this to you. Hongo didn't have the nerve to stand up for a script and demand the class reshoot without the changes. She was much too timid to speak up that way. I think she had some guilt about ignoring the death toll tally from the questionnaire. But you decided to take matters into your own hands. The way things were going, Hongo was becoming the class villain. You set her up to come down with an illness and leave her script unfinished. Then you rallied her classmates together and held a meeting of collective deduction. But in reality, it was just a script writing contest. Once you realized they couldn't write to your standards, you dragged us into it too. It's pathetic. No one caught on to the fact that they were doing your dirty work, not even me. That's because you had manipulated our point of view. Then you replaced her script with my work, and she couldn't claim that you hurt her. She couldn't substantially prove you did anything wrong. Isn't that right?
I don't dispute any of these accusations.
You said something else to me before. That when people have talent and can't recognize it, they unknowingly hurt those who don't have any. That was just a tactic. You don't truly care about the feelings of people who don't have natural abilities. All that really matters to you is the bottom line. Am I mistaken?
Is there something wrong with that?
Fine then! When you told me I was special, was that just so you could manipulate me too? When you said it's right to acknowledge who you really are, you were thinking of your own selfish interests!
Well, I was not being completely sincere. And if you choose to call it an outright lie, that's your choice.
I'm not sure why, but that's a relief. What's wrong?
Nothing.
You just have to know what kind of script Hongo actually intended to write. Is that what's twirling around inside your head over there?
No, it's not that at all.
So what then? This isn't like you, you know?
No, it's not like me. You're right. But I gotta say, you're not acting quite like yourself either, Oriki.
Not like myself. What's that mean?
Well, why don't I just ask like usual? I'm curious, what kind of script did Hongo originally dream up for the class film? Please tell me, I have to know, Oriki.
Your guess is as good as mine. Knowing Kaito's supposed to live solves the locked room problem. Konosu is the real attacker, and the entry point was the window.
But I thought the window...
I mean the window in the stage right sitting room. There are two, but it doesn't matter which. Konosu snuck in using the rope Hongo asked for, chased Kaito and sliced him up. Just one strike though, not enough to kill him. Then she climbed back up to the second floor using the same rope and met up with the rest of the cast looking nonchalant. And that's that.
That must be why Hongo wished Konosu luck then. It makes more sense now. But wait, what about the seventh character Hongo was trying to cast?
Yeah, they turned up in the film, even in the unfinished version.
They did? Only the original 6 showed up in the version that I saw.
The cast didn't just consist of the people on screen. There was a narrator, too.
Oh, right, I remember. So why was the door to the room the other 6 found Kaito in locked then?
Kaito went into the stage left wing by himself and locked the door behind him.
Why would he do that?
Normally I'd say to stop the murderer from getting him, but I don't think that's the case here. What is it?
Oh, I just had the realization that I understand Hongo's intentions a little bit better now.
Interesting.
I bet that after Konosu cuts Kaito, she stays around for a minute and Kaito asks her why she stabbed him because he's baffled by it. Then to cover for her, for whatever reason, he sends her back upstairs, makes his way to the stage left wing, and collapses to the ground. But then how would he explain away the fact that he's been cut that badly?
The injury could be accounted for pretty easily because of the glass that was all over the floor in the room.
Oh, right, that makes perfect sense.
He could just say that he fell on a piece of the broken glass and cut himself.
So that's how she wanted the story to go?
Yeah, but we still don't know why Konosu stabbed Kaito in the first place, or what made him decide to forgive her either. Unless Hongo talks, we might never find out.
guess we'll leave it at that, but why would anyone want to stab one of their classmates, and why would the one who was stabbed let their attacker get away with it? I'm dying to know why Hongo was trying to depict that scenario in the first place.
By the way...
What is it?
Did you happen to know more about this incident than what you're letting on here?
What? No, I didn't know anything about it. What would make you think I did?
You weren't convinced by any of the other detectives' hypotheses, which is kind of out of character for you, so I wondered. Was your empathy for Hongo really the only reason?
Oh yeah, I get that. So listen, if I tell you, promise not to laugh.
Okay.
I think that Hongo and I are really similar in a lot of ways.
Huh?
Wow, this is a lot more embarrassing than I thought. The truth is, I don't handle it very well when characters have to die in movies either.
That is just like you.
Next time, those things piled up endlessly.